If you're struggling with the catalyst monitor not setting, you're watching the right video. Welcome to RandomFix. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to set your catalyst monitor. I'm also going to give you guys some additional information on how you can go and better utilize this video to help you set this catalyst monitor. Just understand this is a very complicated and hard monitor to set. Let's start off with number one. I call this the 3K trick. So start your vehicle and let it idle for about 10 minutes, especially if it's cold. You want to hop in your vehicle and leave it in park or neutral, and you want to raise the idle to 3000 RPM for 3 to 5 minutes. And this works really good for older vehicles, especially 2010 and older, as those vehicles are a lot more forgiving. And the reason this trick works is because it takes an immense amount of heat for the catalyst monitor to run. So simply driving around town may not be getting the catalyst hot enough for the test to actually even run. And if I mention anything in this video, don't worry, I'll leave you guys a video link down below where you guys can see this in action. And check the comments on this 3K trick. You'll see thousands of people verifying that this works. Now my tip number two is going to actually involve you purchasing something, and it involves purchasing some gas. But we don't want to run down to the convenience store and just get any old gas. We want to get specialized ethanol-free gas. So what's happening is your catalyst monitor may not be setting just because you're 1 to 2% off from the test actually completing. So what we want to do is increase the amount of energy and heat the engine puts back into the catalyst. And the way we're going to do that is by putting more energy-dense fuel. So when you use fuel that is ethanol-free, it is going to go and provide that extra little bit of heat that you may need to go and get that catalyst monitor ready. And now this is not a 100% success rate all the time, but there's really no downside to this. You don't have to go and open up anything other than just putting fuel in your vehicle. And if this method is not available to you and you live in an area with no 100% gasoline or ethanol-free fuel, don't worry. What you can do is get yourself a big bottle of Chevron with Techron and put some Chevron super unleaded in your vehicle and give that a try. I've had a lot of success with it. And again, you're also going to clean your injectors and do your fuel system some good by doing this. And there's really no adverse effects to this. And I'll leave you guys a few reviews down below on the Chevron Techron and the success rate I've had with it. And you can read the comments for yourself. Tip number three is going to involve a little bit of work. What you're going to need to do is remove the upstream oxygen sensor. And the reason we're doing this so we can bypass the combustion chamber and clean the catalyst directly without having to remove it from the vehicle. A lot of times when you go to remove a catalyst or the exhaust manifold, those bolts have been on there for the life of the vehicle and they've reached some really extreme temperatures. You might be damaging something. So we want to take a shortcut by basically accessing the oxygen sensor hole, spraying some good chemicals, which I cover in that video. And the chemicals we're going to be using is Seafoam. And what that does is it's going to go and clean the catalyst. Just be prepared because there's going to be a lot of white smoke that is going to come out your tailpipe, letting you know that you're actually cleaning the exhaust. And this definitely works, and check out the thousands of comments on this video. And it is my ultra pro tip. However, it does involve a little bit of work. All right guys, well there's my 3 hacks for getting your catalyst monitor ready. Now I don't want to make this video super long, so I'm going to go and give you guys some other tips here. So the other tips I have for you are going to be, I have a method that I use especially on older vehicles that basically involves getting the catalyst ready by letting the vehicle idle for about 30 minutes. And if you live in an area with a mountain or a big hill, you're going to basically use that increased resistance to heat up the catalyst and get that catalyst monitor to go and run, because that catalyst is going to get super hot. And another thing to keep in mind is if you have a vehicle that is burning a lot of oil, and you can tell this a lot of times by the exhaust pipe, if it's covered in a lot of black soot, it's letting you know you're burning up some oil. And what you want to do in this case is make sure that the PCV valve is working, or just go ahead and replace it. They're normally under $10. And another thing you can do with vehicles that burn a lot of oil is to go and drive them for a little while, so about 800 miles on the freeway. A lot of vehicles like Hondas suffer from oil consumption issues from the cylinder rings, and this is going to help you out with that. Now, if you guys want to go the route of chemicals and pour them into your fuel tank, don't worry, I have you covered. And I'll leave you guys a few videos of me covering the most popular products for this, and I'll let you guys know if they work. The biggest tip I have for you is, instead of trying out those chemicals, just let your vehicle warm up a little longer. It'll get that catalyst nice and hot. And if you're watching this video because your catalyst monitor won't set and you have a check engine light, do not worry, guys. I have a super hack on how to use AI, and it's going to pinpoint your exact cause, and it's going to give you 1 to 2 possible reasons, so you guys can check that video down below. You guys are going to absolutely love it, and it's absolutely free.